Good evening everyone, it's Mike here, with the latest part of my Dark Souls playthrough. Where are we now? We're going to head for the Shaded Woods, so we head back out of Majula here to that door I went through originally, where I thought it was the way to the Forest of Fallen Giants. I have a Fragrant Branch of Yore, I think that's what it's called, which is how we will unsuspend, is that the word? Suspend? Unpetrify, rather. The statue that is preventing us from getting further into the area. So we'll talk to our Welsh boyo over here first, I believe, see if he has any other dialogue.
See that statue?
Gives me the willies.
Stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive.
Inside, yeah, I want to do post-commentary. I do it to muted audio so it doesn't feed back through the microphone, so I have no idea whether I was in time with that or not. But, you know, you've all experienced what he's got to say before. I think it was in one of my first videos for this game. I think we're now on the 33rd video or something like that. I do feel I'm having a bit of overkill here. Well, to be fair, the last two videos are really short. So, yes, as before when we came through here, there are these two guys very ready to kill you behind these doors. Their weapons can do poison damage. Quickly, I'm back on the fire longsword here. After having been using the Drangleic sword for a little while. God knows why at this point I said go back to the fire longsword, but hey God. Oh, I know why this is actually... I'm recording this commentary kind of out of sync with the way I've been playing. So this was a little bit before I did the Iron Keep. This was after I did the Lost Sinner. So this is... but I died this bit and I came back to it later, which is, yes, that's the difference. So we've just... reanimated the statue, and we will hear what she has to say.
Thank you. I've been petrified. Hard to speak. Give me a moment, please. I'm fine, I think. No, I'm fine. Really, I am. My name is Rosabeth. Thank you so much for rescuing me. Oh, you're that traveler. I still haven't thanked you. Well, I'm quite a hand at pyromancy. So perhaps you could consider this my thanks. I was attacked and turned to stone, I think. I owe you my life. If you had not come... Oh, I feel shameful wearing these rags. I hate to burden you further, as you've already saved my life. But just look at me. My clothes are in tatters. Do you have any clothing that you could spare? I'll take anything, whatever you don't need. I'm not particular when it comes to apparel. Anything at all will do. Just put it on the ground, and I'll change into it later.
So, this is Rosabeth. She is your source of everything pyromancy. At this point she asks you to clothe her. Just give her whatever you don't use. What did I give her? The brigand stuff. I don't know. Can't remember what I gave her. This stuff. Just give her a few things that I was never going to wear because I'm quite happy with wearing the Drangleic set right now. But yeah, interesting character, and it's strange that I found pyromancy this late in the game, considering how early you find it in the first game.
I have my very own teacher. His name is Carillion of the Fold, a famed sorcerer in Melfia, our hometown. I was fascinated by sorcery, and so, well, he's so unique, you see. When he set out for Drangleic, I couldn't let him go alone. But we were separated, quite early on, I'm afraid. I'm rather unskilled. My lord probably ditched me. But, oddly, I'm a fast learner when it comes to pyromancy. What we're fascinated by, and we're skilled at, are not always the same thing. Why can't I just focus on what I truly enjoy? Oh dear, I shouldn't be so choosy. It's hardly my place. I was but...
So, if you look at her equipment, she doesn't have much to sell. She sells rings that are, well, she sells quartz rings that can increase your defense, and those little blue, orange, yellow burrs and fire seeds, as well as actual pyromancy.
Thank
But I don't
you.
have any souls.
After I change into this, I'm heading for Majula. I'm not sure where I might find the Lord. But perhaps Majula is my best chance.
Majula is always your best chance, love. So now we speak to our Welsh boyo out here.
What? Clearing the way was you doing, was it? Didn't think you had it in you, pal. No. That's not like it sounds, no. It was a pleasant surprise.
Polite
that's
soldier he is as well.
all. Name's Ben Hart. Thanks to you,
Ben Hart.
I can resume my journey.
Ben Hart.
If we share the same path, I'm sure that we are going to meet again. I'll repay my debt to you in battle. I swear it, by my sword. The road ahead's going
It's
to
a
be
pretty
long,
mighty sword it is.
but I'm here to help.
So I'm assuming that means we can summon him for a boss later on in the game, which I'm perfectly happy for the help.
I am in your debt. It's a true man who honours his debts, and I'll see mine paid.
I'll see mine paid.
I swear it, by my ancient sword.
Damn, I want his sword, it looks so fucking awesome. Now we learn to gesture.
I swear.
Right, okay, so this is a trap. If you try and open this, I don't know what happens to Rosabeth like, but you know, she's a pyromancer, she could help. You see the door start to quake, and all of a sudden these dudes come straight at you. But the most dangerous part is the basilisk, and this is where I panic and basically lose my shit. You see there was a basilisk in the top corner there. I'm terrified of being cursed because I didn't realise how curse worked in this game. I thought it was like the original one where it was kind of insta-death. So, yeah, I died here. Because the original entrance closes. This is how we should have done it. So as you can see, Rosabeth, I'm back on the, well, I'm now on the Drangleic greatsword. Rosabeth has headed over to Majula wearing the clothes I gave her. And it's now time to take these things on properly. So you can see the door closes behind us, and these guys drop down. So the key issue is, you don't want to be caught by the basilisk, deal with these guys before the gate opens. And using the greatsword is really helpful because you can swipe at them. I didn't get poisoned this time. And there's the basilisk, so just go straight in and kill him in 2 hits. And he's gone, he's down, I'm happy, I'm perfectly happy. And it just seems so much easier using a greatsword. So now we're into this kind of the vestibule as we head towards the shaded woods. I try a couple of times to get to these rooms above and I just can't seem to get the jump. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to get into them or not, but makes sense. We have a bonfire here. There's quite a few bonfires in this area, which I'm very happy for. Obviously, I didn't rest at it because I didn't want the basilisk to turn back up, and I hadn't used my Estus anyway. So, and a nice little chest. I'm yet to meet a mimic yet. I'm still paranoid I'm going to meet one, and I think there's one in Iron Keep. Estus flask shard always helpful, so yes. So it'll give us 8 Estus flasks when I can get back to Medulla. Yeah, I tried doing a couple of jumps here and it just doesn't work, so. So I just want to know if there's anything in those rooms. I'm still terrible with the jump mechanic with this game. See, almost had it there. Meh, I think is the term. So we carry out and we reach the shaded woods. The area itself isn't that inspiring. It's very, to be honest, very Skyrim. This area, it's kind of dark wooded area, single path through. Lots of those guys with the kind of the stomachs hanging down. These guys, God, I hate them. Whether it's a stomach or a scrotum. Either way, it's not very pleasant. He's chewing on something, some poor fucker anyway. Well, we get a fading soul out of it, so it's all good. Yeah, it's persistent mobs of these guys for a little while. It's not until we get a little bit later in the level that we get some really interesting things. We actually get to fight the Flexile Sentry again, which I was rather surprised at when it happened upon it. These mobs are really irritating. You'll notice the weapons they're carrying are the bonus, the early access weapons that you can get if you pre-ordered the Black Phantom version of the game or above. Now I got the collector's edition, and I still have the voucher code in the packet. I haven't bothered claiming it. Kind of felt like it was cheating a bit. So it's still there. Just means the pack's complete. Not that I'll ever be likely to be trading this in. Because like I say, I bought the collector's edition, so the point is even when I get rid of my PS3 down the line, and I will, you know, it'll not last forever, I'll not have it forever. I hope, you know, when I upgrade to a PS4 I will have to get rid of my PS3. And I'm really hoping that at some point FromSoft announce that there's going to be a PS4 and export version of this. Because then, I mean, you know, I played Dark Souls, the first Dark Souls, for 2 years. I'd hate to have to give this up just because I've gone to new hardware. I don't really want to keep a console just to play one game. I know I could get the PC version, but I don't have a PC, I have a Mac. So, and it's an old Mac, it's a 2012 model as well, and I don't think it's got the best graphical grunt, so I don't know how much benefit I would get out of having a Mac port of it if there were ever one. And it's definitely not worth using Boot Camp, because Boot Camp of VMware, you know, they'll run Windows fine enough, but they don't have the hardware acceleration for the games. At least not on my one, anyway. I don't think I've just got the basic inbuilt graphics card, essentially. So, right, so we're at the crossroads here. There's 3 routes. This way we're going to get attacked by some mobs, but this is where we'll meet the Flexile Sentry. Strange two-sided bastard that he is. This mob's pretty big. Decided to take on this one so I didn't get attacked from behind. God, look at them, they're fucking frantic. Yeah. This is probably going to be my last little Dark Souls 2 video for a little while, because I'm actually monumentally stuck. The boss for this area is kicking my arse. And as has been the kind of the want with my boss fight videos, I'm only showing you successes, so you'll not see my failures. I'm keeping them. I'm going to do a bloopers reel at some point of all the stupid deaths I've had. But it's the Scorpionus Najaka, whatever it's just called. I just can't get the timing right for it, and she just destroys me every time. I've tried it with phantoms, without phantoms. Even getting to her is a pain in the arse. I thought that was an enemy. It's actually a blade of grass. Yeah, even getting to it is a pain in the arse, and I don't know, it just didn't seem worth it. So I'm giving it a rest a little while. I'm going to play some other things. I've got Lego Marvel Superheroes coming, which is also an excuse to turn on my Xbox for the first time in years. Well, not years, but a long time. There we go. Flexile Sentry. And oh yes, mobs. Oh, hang on, I didn't notice that path. I wonder what's up there. I didn't notice that. I didn't know it was coming down until it came. I decided to run a little bit here, de-aggro the Flexile Sentry, just so I could heal. Because having the giant bollocks man come down and attack me, it took a fair bit of health off, as you can see. Why I swung into mid-air there. Healing was definitely on the cards at this point. Oh, and there's another one. And he's down, so now it's time to take on the Flexile again. I've done a fair bit of damage to him already. Help I have my arrows equipped. Why I decided to use poison arrows is beyond me. This is the other problem with doing post-commentary. I very frequently forget what my motivations were to do anything at any given time. But either way, he's gone. Poisoned to death. But he drops some good items, I believe. What does he drop? Twinkling Titanite, always helpful. Dragon Slayer's Crescent Axe, Golden Falcon Shield. Haven't checked those out yet. I suppose they should be quite good. They're guarded by a pretty tough enemy. When I next play, I'm going to go down and have a look up that path and see what's up there, because that looks interesting. So this is the viaduct that you can see from Medulla. Wonderful how the world kind of links together. I wonder if there's actually a point where you can see back to Medulla. I didn't notice, but you can see him just there on the healing time. You can see him just there at the top of the stairs was Crichton, whatever he's called. I did get him on a subsequent run through here. Got his dialogue. I'll include that on a video at some point. Up here is nothing, but an indication of where you need to come later in the game. I think this is the road to the Shrine of Amana. Or one of the shrines. Either way, you need a Seal of a King to get to it. I was being cautious here. There's complete signs of a trap all over it. But it comes up saying you need the Seal of the King. The sign of the king. Is it the sign of the king what it says? Produce a symbol of the king. Tried twice, didn't get anywhere near it. But I decided to get the item, and it's the red tearstone ring. Which again, quite far into the game compared to how early you can get it in the first game. Because obviously guaranteed you're going to need a fragrant branch of Yore to get past the statuesque version of Rosabeth. So there's no real shortcut to it, whereas in the first game you could have the oh, what was it? It was the Master Key. Go through go past the entrance to Blighttown through the Valley of the Drakes, and boom, Bob's your uncle. There it is. Kill yourself, go back to the bonfire. Right, now this area griefs a lot of players. There's about 12 invisible enemies here who will kind of aggro towards you. Just stick to the left of the map. Run through and they'll never reach you. I didn't even spot one of them. I didn't get attacked by one of them. Just keep to the left of the path. The bigger trees, if you hit them, will make a sound which will attract the phantoms towards it if that's what you want. But I just worked my way through, kept my shield up, And got the hell out of dodge. They don't follow you up here, I believe. I think they have to stay within the shadows. And we're out of there. We're up to the top of the Shaded Woods, so we're getting closer to the boss here. We're also at a devilishly difficult bit of the game. But fortunately we have a bonfire behind us here. And some Sunbro assistance. There's quite a few cool items around here. There are some really, really dickhead enemies. I mean really, really plain unfair, nasty bastards. It's actually one of the most troublesome areas I've had. Iron Keep I found pretty bad. This area is just... it do my head in, and the worst part is I've got to go through the boss. It isn't optional, you've got to do it to get to the next area, which is the Doors of Pharos, and then sort of you can move on towards like Drangleic Castle. I had to try with Phantoms here because it was just doing my head in completely. And I won't progress. Unfortunately, I won't progress with this Phantom. Now, if you haven't played this area before, take note of what goes on here, because there's some interesting little quirks to the area. You'll notice there's a bar building up there. That's Curse. And there are certain pots in the air. You see all these pots that are in the area. Certain ones will put out smoke and do curse damage. Further that, if any of these line things connect and hit with you, that will curse you. Now, yeah, it's those pots. So when he turns around, you see it has like a mustache. And it's the ones that this Chitsuki guy is going and kind of rolling through. So these green pots, they're fine, they don't do anything to you, they're just porcelain. But it's the ones that look like they've got a face on them. This area is annoying because that incessant laughing. Oh, it's so irritating. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. So Curse works differently in this game than it did in the first. So in the first game, what would happen is if you were cursed, usually it would result in instant death. And you would be sent back to whatever bonfire you came from, and you would end up with half your health, sort of along the lines of Demon Souls. In this game, it's been made slightly fairer. Oh yeah, and also when you were cursed in the first game, you had to get a purging stone, or you had to go see the guy on top of the church rooftop in New London Ruins, and he would uncurse you. In this game it's slightly different, so what happens if you get cursed, it will effectively kill you, as in it'll drop your health down that 10% that would happen if you die. You don't actually die, but you go with the kind of the gnarly colour that you normally do when you're dead, and the way to recover yourself is to use a human effigy, and that's how you get out over curse in this game. So it's a bit fairer, because it doesn't kill you instantly. It's irritating as fuck, but you don't die on the spot. Now when we come out here, oh, yep, Crystal Lizard. You always want to get the Crystal Lizards. This one gives you Twinkle and Titanite. No, Titanite shards and chunks. And hearts. It was a Heartstone. I did it! I haven't. So you come out over here, that is Man Scorpion Tark. If you get the Ring of Whispers and equip that, you can speak to him, and he will appear as a phantom in the boss fight. Item. Solarberry Warrior, Forest Lockstone. I'm starting to acquire a few of those actually, which is quite helpful. They're not as rare as I thought they were. Still need to use all of them to activate the royal rat in the rat area. Right, this thing, giant basilisk. Oh yeah, there's a chest here. And we get Titanite chunk, and oh, I've got stuck. You know, I can't see what I keep getting. Yeah, fuck that up. So yeah, giant basilisk. Standard basilisk fighting rules: don't get in the way of its fog cloud or it'll curse you. In this case, getting behind it is not a good idea because it'll lock you with the tail. This is what kills me this time. He has about 2,000 health. No, in fact, about 3,000 health actually. He's like a mini boss. In fact, he's not more health than some bosses. But see that tail whack? Boom, dead. So if you are going to fight him close up, avoid the tail. I had a better tactic to get through him this time. As we spin around and we come back to the area. I've already killed everything around here. I don't have any phantoms with me. I'm just on my own. I kind of looked at killing it, and so it's time for poison arrows. A few salvos of the poison arrows, and that'll get him good and dead. I say he has about 3,000 health, so it takes a few goes, but it's the standard arrow poisoning rules. And just watch him. And as you can see, even though poison is much more dangerous to you in this game, it's also been increasingly dangerous for the bosses. That's how I like to see it. So what's this taken off? So that's just over 1,000, so yeah, it's about a third of his health. So that's 3 salvos of poison arrows will get him. He's one of these enemies best dealt with from a distance, I find. I'm finding actually being a bowman is much more viable in this game. If you watch my previous Dark Souls videos, like from the first game, I didn't have much luck at all with bow and arrow. I kind of only saved it for the absolute necessary moments. Whereas in this game, I find it quite useful actually. I find it quite useful that I can pull 3 arrows off the belt. Although a little bit more irritated that it takes more stamina to do it, whereas in the first game you could kind of spam and it didn't require a lot of stamina. It was like tiny little chunks of it, so you could just really kind of rapid fire. But I do more damage with it this time because I've got the right stats for it, so hey ho. These bastards are so annoying. This guy doesn't respawn. Kill him once, he's gone forever. And he's out of there. And a good mess of souls from him as well. So there's another couple of these lion guys. Petrified Dragon Bone. I need to work out what that does. So I've now got a couple of those. I have no idea what it does. So it was at this point that by this point I'd worked out what those pots are and why they should be avoided. I think he cursed himself there actually. Saved me the job. These guys are very agile, so they will kind of track around you. Hey, I've just noticed there's an item up there. I'll have to try and work out how to get that. I have no idea what's down in that hole. I don't intend to try and find out. It looks dangerous. Simply enough, it looks like there'll be something down there that'll kill me. I've got to work out how to get to that item. So, attract this guy's attention. Boom. 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 And deal them this way. And that's him out of there. Yeah, roll through them, swipe them with your sword, whichever. I am actually cursed here. You can see my total health has dropped slightly. I'm looking pretty gnarly. So there's a few of these petrified Lion Warrior things. Apparently they have good items on them, but I don't really fancy wasting fragrant branches of yore on them. It seems a rather redundant use of the item to me. Other steps in those. And oh yeah, trap. Again, I haven't explored this area. I will do it in more detail next time I play it. But like I say, I'm taking a little bit of a break from the game. Homing Soul Mass, which is apparently a good spell to have, but I don't have any int or anything like that, so I'm not using magic. I don't even have a catalyst, to be fair. I'm tempted to try and use a soul vessel, but I've got a couple, so I could always like try and go into a different build and then come back. That might be worthwhile doing. So I'm in this cave, and I have no idea what's in here. I'm assuming something's going to kill me. So the idea is get out as quickly as possible. And another petrified lion warrior thing there. And we come back to the bonfire. Each torch gives you 5 minutes, and I've got an hour and 5 minutes. See how frequently I use the torch. So right now I'm in the point where I'm kind of mopping up the area. I'm just trying to find all the little secrets, deal with all of those things, which are really fucking irritating. It's kind of really do impede your progress. You see, curse comes off really quickly, but my health's dropped again. Also because I took damage from him while the pot was doing its gaseous thing. Ugh, such an annoying little area. It's like, it's not that it even adds to the challenge, it just makes it annoying. You can't break the pots with arrows. I just dove into it. They don't even give you any items. It's just annoying. That's all I can say about it, it's annoying. But I'm not going to say that anymore. Pharaoh's Lockstone. Silver Brave Warrior. I wish those things would just stay dead. Right, so it's at this point I think I decide to have a wander up and look for the boss. Which I die to very quickly. So this is the way up to the Scorpioness, Najarka, whatever she's called. If you've spoken to Man Scorpion Tark, his summon sign is around here somewhere. I think it's near the actual fog. Yeah, it's in this kind of area. Now I was looking for summon signs around because I hadn't realised what curse actually did to me at this point. So I was kind of hoping that I was thinking I must still be alive. Turns out I'm not. Loss of stamina and then play dead. I'm not really sure what the messages mean, what some people say about them. I guess kind of figured, fuck it, why not just solo it? See what happens. If I die, I die. If I don't, I don't. Guess what happened? Yeah, I died. So she starts off the fight in the ground here, hurling soul arrows at you. When you attack her, this shit happens. And she does a lot of damage to you. Now, apparently the perfect time to attack is then, when she's down. She's got both things down, but then she just swipes us like that. So I'm assuming that the tactic to beat her is going to be largely the same as it was for Quailag in the first game. But that's it for now. I'll be back with some more videos soon, probably some different games, but thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you next time.